Absolutely beautiful.
Welcome to your 7th day at Hotel Flaviar, where each day until Christmas, we invite you to embark on a distinguished whiskey tasting journey. Today, we present a special sample, one that promises to elevate your palate and expand your appreciation for distinctive flavors. Shall we begin? In the mellow afterglow of the setting sun, as you step onto the hotel's terrace, your whiskey of the day becomes a silent confidant in your quest for new destinations. With each sip of Jaywalk Rye whiskey, the horizon divulges its secrets, promising you an odyssey as exhilarating as the libation in your hand. Our expert is here to steer your tasting journey.
Jaywalk Rye captures the bold essence of a lost and forgotten variety of heirloom rye native to 17th century New York. Crafted by New York Distilling co-founder Alan Katz, a co-founder of the Empire Rye Association, a coalition of distilleries dedicated to the revival of rye whiskey made from New York state grains. The Jaywalk Rye embodies his vision to put New York rye back on the map. This rye is a testament to patience, persistence, and the quest for exceptional flavor. Every batch of Jaywalk Rye is a careful blend of Horton heirloom rye and the organic field race rye grown in Finger Lakes regions of upstate New York, culminating in a harmony of taste and texture that is distinctly New York. Aged in barrels for 6 to 8 years and bottled at 92 proof, Jaywalk captures the essence of the city's rich distilling history, offering flavors beyond the typical spice too often associated with rye whiskey. Brooklyn's distilling scene is thriving once more, and at its heart, you'll find Jaywalk Rye, a spirit born in Brooklyn, made in New York.
So lovely to see you back here at Whiskey Hotel Flaviar. Thank you for joining me for day number 7. Grab your tasting booklets, grab your glass. It's time to enjoy this Jaywalk Rye. And if you're anything like me, your tasting booklet is probably already quite worn. I hope you're enjoying making the notes each day. Day number 7 here, and straight away off the bat, the first thing I notice about this dram is the beautiful color. I mean, that really is just a wonderful golden hue. It's also quite a thick whiskey, as we notice it here. The legs really do coat the glass. You can expect quite a full body straight off the bat. Bottled at 46% alcohol by volume, this is a wonderful whiskey straight away on the nose. Not too strong, but you can definitely sense that it is not a flat 40%. Some wonderful soft, fruity notes. Also quite a lot of corn there, but then as the dram starts to build, the spice towards the back end really does start to hit you. Now, as we say every day, make sure you're not shy, get stuck right in there. Really nose that glass and make sure you're appreciating all of these beautiful notes. For myself, the first thing I notice is a really sweet creme brulee. Maybe a little bit burnt on top, but it's custardy, it's creamy, and it's that demerara brown sugar that we all know and love so well. Also getting quite a lot of corn. And the beautiful thing about this dram is really let it open up, because those flavors are going to start to develop. Wonderful note straight away. It says black pepper here in the booklet. I'm personally getting more of a white pepper, slightly earthier notes. Definitely spice, but as they sort of say themselves, not that typical rye spice that can overpower the palate. This is earthier, it's got a lot more depth, and that spice really does lead into that sweetness. Again, we talk about creme brulee on the nose, you get a lot more of that custard on the palate. It is quite a mouth-coating dram. Really, really wonderful. I'm noting here they talk about corn, which is something that you can absolutely expect from bourbons. As I said, very present on the nose, more so on the palate. But what's wonderful about this dram is it really is actually quite diverse. There are quite a few different elements going on here. As I said, the dram will open up, and for me on the nose, I start to see star anise appearing. Really, really wonderful depth, those rich spices, but it's not the typical licorice that can sometimes overwhelm a rye whiskey. Again, more of that Demerara brown sugar. It is absolutely delectable. For a 6 to 8 year old rye, this is delicious. There's a lot to it. And I think that the wonderful thing about it is it's kind of for any time of day. This is something that you could have at the end of the night, and there is enough flavor there to be impactful. At the same time though, starting off the afternoon as we are today, making sure that we start with a wonderful dram. It always sets you up for success for the rest of the day, I find. The orange that they mention here is very light, it's very subtle, and more of an expressed orange peel in my mind. And on that note, I can see this dram working exceptionally well as the base for a lot of your favorite cocktails. Maybe pick out a rye cocktail that you know and love, add this to it, it's going to give it a whole element of depth that you wouldn't normally get. And the finish, medium to long, wonderful, full-bodied. It's got those corn elements all the way through to the end, those soft rye spices, but that are really, really well integrated with the star anise. And again, the translation from the nose to the palate is wonderful on this whiskey because it opens up through and through. So guys, that's day 7's whiskey. I hope you're really enjoying it. As you will note, obviously, you've got the barcode here in your tasting book, but also on the bottle. If you want to grab a full-size bottle, I highly recommend it. It's a great deal. But make sure that you write some notes down, okay? Obviously, as I say, my tasting book is already very well worn. We're only 7 days in. Make sure that you write some notes down so that you can continue to compare and contrast as you move forward. Something that I'm doing every single day. I know I've mentioned it already, but I'm saving a small amount of my whiskey, even if it's only a little bit, so that I can come back to it at the end of this Advent calendar, really compare and contrast as to what my favorite dram is. So, day number 7 has been a delicious rye whiskey straight out of New York. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. This is one that I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on. Enjoy your day though. Slán se bheith.